We're here at the Muskegon State Park Winter Sports Complex. This is an awesome facility that in the winter has everything from a cross-country ski trail, a snowshoe trail, an ice skating track, and a luge track. So it's got a little bit of everything for everybody. It's directly across from the campground at the Muskegon State Park, so super convenient if you're winter camping, or if you just want to come for a day visit and check out everything that the complex has to offer.
Well, I have to admit, I survived the luge, and when I first got there, I wasn't sure I was going to do one run, let alone the 4 I ended up doing.
You're only going to do
That's
it once?
my plan, probably.
You have 2 hours. Why would you only do it once?
I'm going to see how the first one goes. I said I would do a luge run. I didn't say I would do multiple luge runs. One of us has to be able to drive home. Because when you buy your ticket, it counts 4 runs. So they do 2 practice runs and then 2 timed runs that everybody, you know, competes with each other over in your group that you're in. And Speedy over here ended up getting the gold medal for women. Where's your medal?
Woo-hoo! And in first place with a finish time of 18.746 is Lightning McQueen. Nice work.
All about the name.
You sing the national anthem.
We're going, ladies! Smile!
So first place to you. I did not finish one of my runs. I crashed, but I did finish 3 out of the 4, so I was pretty happy with that. It was more fun than I expected. Forearm pads. Protect your arms from walls.
I'll be okay.
Helmet to protect your head from everything else.
Have fun. All right.
But now we went back to the camper and changed clothes and went back to our regular snow time outfits. They do warn you to wear an old coat in particular and maybe some old clothes in general because you're moving pretty good. 20, 25, 30 miles an hour?
Yeah, 20, 25, depending on the conditions of the track. And we found that today that in the 2.5 hours that we were out there, the track conditions changed significantly. It warmed up a lot, and therefore the track started to get a lot of ruts in it. It was picking up snow. The sleds were sticking a little bit more than they might have. And so the difference actually between our first 2 runs, our practice runs, and our timed runs, everybody's timed runs were actually a lot slower because the track had changed so significantly in that time frame.
Says the girl that won a gold medal for first place. Whatever. So
I'm just saying, the first 2 runs were faster.
My first practice run, the first time I'd ever done it, was probably my cleanest and fastest run. And then after that, it all went downhill. Literally.
I think
and figuratively, it went downhill.
Thinking too much about it the couple of times after too, once you're like, okay, I can do this, and then you're like, hill, wall.
Yeah, and then once you start to lose it, you lose it, and yeah. So anyway, so we changed back into our more normal clothes, and we are gonna actually head back across the street because the campground that we're at Muskegon State Park is actually directly across the street from the Winter Sports Complex. So it's really convenient for what you want to do over there, and they offer quite a bit, as we've talked about before. They offer quite a bit. There is ice skating and there's snowshoeing and cross-country skiing. The ice skating I thought was interesting. It's not just a rink, it's actually a little course.
Yeah, there's a skating trail and it winds through the woods. And I've never seen that before. Usually it is like a big open rink, but here you get to actually skate through the woods on this little path, and it's kind of really nice and just something different. I thought I haven't skated in a long time and I'd like to try it, but we'll have to save that for another day. enjoying the nice fire that they have here. We noticed that there's a couple different fire rings around the place. There's this one out front, there's one behind back by the skating rink, and then there's one back by the luge. So that's a nice touch that they've got. So as it gets a little bit chilly, you can hang out here. This is a really nice place. I think there's a lot of activities here, a lot to offer. But the one thing that we were kind of surprised about was the price. Each activity here, whether it's the hockey rink, the skating track, the cross-country ski, or the snowshoes, each one of those things individually is $10 each. And none of that is including any rental that you might have. So if you need to rent cross-country skis, or you need to rent your snowshoes or your ice skates, that's on top of the $10 charge per activity. That's going to get pricey really quickly if you've got a family and somebody wants to do this and then you want to go over here and do a different activity. So just kind of know that going in, kind of plan ahead for the activities that you want to do and decide, you know, how much is that worth to you.
We're here in the winter, obviously, doing the luge, but they apparently have year-round luge. They set up a fiberglass track that you can do a wheeled luge on. So no matter what time of year, if you come out here to Muskegon, Michigan, sounds like you're going to be able to have a downhill thrill on a luge track.
Separate from all the other activities is the luge. That is a completely separate thing. Those are $49 a person. If you're interested in doing the luge, there's a couple different ways to do it. On the weekends, it's the Learn to Luge, and it's $49 a person, and you get a 2.5-hour session. Now, you can also come a couple nights during the week. They do public nights. I don't remember what day of the week it is. You'd have to check. But that's $10 to go, and it's however many times that you can get down during the time frame. But I have to imagine that if it's open to the public, there's going to be a lot of people here, so I don't know how many times you'd actually get to go down. But the best way to do it really is to just book ahead, pick a weekend, pick a time slot, and get your tickets in advance so that you know you have them. It's 4 runs, 2 practice runs, and then 2 timed runs, and the little medal ceremony at the end. And we had a really great time with it. There was a lot of laughter, a lot of fun, hanging out with people we didn't know, but cheering everybody on for their runs. Being sad when they fell off their sled and didn't have a good run. But just overall, it was a really good time. And, maybe it's not for everybody, but I definitely enjoyed it. The track is really cool at night. They've got the corners lit up. They've got some lighting around. And they've got this really nice fire going over here for the spectators. We decided today that you definitely should bring somebody else with you that's not luging to take some pictures, video. My parents happened to be with us today, and that was really nice that they were able to stand up on the bridge and take some pictures of us while we were going down. Because otherwise you don't really know what you're doing or what your friends are doing while you're going down because you're all standing at the top. So this was just kind of nice, and there's this nice area here to hang out in and watch everybody. So that's what we're going to do for a while. Each one of those things individually is $10 each. And that's not including, I gotta get out of the smoke.